So I'm friends. My voice is getting a little better, but it's still there, but improving every day. So grateful to God for being able to witness spring all around us here, my beautiful backyard, and throughout the area, taking pictures wherever I get a chance to go. I just want to take some time to talk about my faith through my time in the hospital with this severe asthma attack. I didn't really know what was happening, to be honest. I've never had something like this before, ever, like in my life. I started taking these inhalers after Mahmoud and I had COVID in February 2023. So I've never really had asthma in my life or anything like that previous to that. It was after we recovered from COVID that I woke up one time in the middle of the night not being able to breathe and went to the doctor, and then she took me to a pulmonologist, etc. And so I was on some inhalers and slowly got reduced the inhalers, and things were fine. And then just out of the blue in the beginning of March, second week of March, I started feeling, this chest congestion. And my doctors really dropped the ball on this. And the pulmonologist, which I replaced, and my doctor, who wasn't available to see me, and I had to be seen by a nurse practitioner who also kind of dismissed the whole thing. And later went and complained to the doctor. Anyway, what I just want to say is, when I went in on Friday, March 27th, the date is ingrained in my mind, I was really gasping for air. This emergency inhaler, apparently, that I carry, you're not supposed to use, apparently, more than twice a week. Well, I didn't know that parameter. I had been telling them I'm using it too often, something's wrong. And that Friday, I used it like literally 20 times. Like, I could not take 2 steps or 3 steps to go anywhere without gasping for air and having to use it. So I went to urgent care, and then, in retrospect, I should have just gone to the ER and not wasted my time. But fast forward to in the hospital experience. Again, I'll have to compliment Northern Westchester. They were excellent. But I really, when I went in there, I had no idea when I was coming out. I didn't know what was happening to me. I had chest pain. I couldn't breathe. I was like a mess. And this has obviously had accumulated over these past couple of weeks. And Friday was just like petrifying experience as far as, walking 2 steps, not being able to breathe, et cetera, et cetera. So they put me on a nebulizer and oxygen, and I was in the ER, and then I went into a room in the afternoon of Saturday. So I spent the night in the ER because there was no room available. In any case, I, really started saying my prayers, trying to pray and just talking to God as much as I can, and not knowing what's happening or what's going to happen. And then they used the nebulizer. I had no idea that the albuterol that they put in a nebulizer can increase your heart rate. I had no idea about that. Nobody ever told me about that or warned me about that. So by Saturday afternoon, when I went into my room, my heart rate was really kind of elevated, and it took a very, very long time for it to come down. Then they gave me another nebulizer, and that's when everything kind of went crazy, and my heart rate was skyrocketing, and my head was pounding, and I was exhausted. And it's when I really, that time, kind of submitted to God and had my talk with God, and I really thought that was it. I didn't know what's going on, to be honest. And I thought I was having a heart attack. I thought that was it. And I said, God, if I submit to your decree, if this is my time, you know what's best for me. You know if death is best for me. If I, get a second chance at life, that's best for me. I did say, it would be nice if I can continue doing your work. If you want to give me a second chance, I would appreciate that. I would really more appreciate seeing my kids one day married and have kids and be able to play with my grandkids, future grandkids. And I said all those words to God because it's just what I was feeling. I'm being very honest and vulnerable here. And but what I did was I really totally submitted to his decree. Whatever his decree was, I felt he loved me the most and he knows me the best, and he will do the best thing for me, whatever way it will be. So that's the most important part that I think. I was, calm when I was there, always trying to do my prayers when I could. And at that moment, I just, really kind of was scared, very scared. And I was by myself. My husband was still overseas. My younger son was in Chicago and didn't come until I got discharged on that Monday. And my older son was working because he couldn't take time off. And so, and he would visit me at night, and he's the one that took me, and he was the one that took me home also. God bless him. And he was really kind of horrified by the whole thing and very upset, and kind of couldn't handle it really. But in any case, I really, that's the most important thing about the story is the submission that I did. I mean, I just kind of let God take over, and I released whatever will happen to me to him, because I knew how much he loves me, and I knew that he would do whatever he felt was right for me at that time. And that's kind of the point of this video. And then all of a sudden they gave me an intravenous to calm the heart rate down through the medicine through the intravenous. And finally the heart rate subsided, and I was able to sleep because I was absolutely exhausted. And then the next day they used a completely different nebulizer that did not have albuterol, which did not have any reaction to my heart rate. And let's see what else. And then by the end of the day of Sunday, they took me off oxygen. They felt my oxygen rate was improved tremendously. And then by Monday, they did an echocardiogram because they had done an EKG in the room the day before. And they did echocardiogram, and I guess it was good because I was then discharged. And I walked a little bit in the hallway with a nurse to make sure nothing happened to my heart rate, because when I got admitted, like just walking 2 steps from like the emergency room that I was in, and across the street, the hallway was a bathroom, that would put exertion on my heart, like it would be tiring. I won't be able to breathe just from those 2 steps. So this was transforming for me, obviously. And now the new pulmonologist has me on a different medication, in case you ever want to know. The old medication I was on was called Symbicort, or budesonide is the whatever generic. And now I'm on something called Brio Ellipta. I'm on the 200 level, and I'll be seeing her in a couple of weeks to see if they'll still stay on that level or be brought down. I don't know. And I can't believe that I'm walking and not struggling to breathe. And I haven't used that emergency inhaler since I've come back from the hospital, which is like a miracle by itself. And I'm just taking every day in and being grateful for every day that I'm alive and being able to breathe and being able to make this video and enjoying the sunshine today and taking pictures of the beauty of the spring around us. So as you can see, I have the big oak tree behind me. I went to an allergist and found out I'm allergic to a lot of trees, but nothing else. I'm not allergic to my cat, which is great. I'm not allergic to grass or anything, but just a few trees. And one of them is the big one behind me, the oak tree and the birch tree. The one I'm most allergic to is the pecan tree and a walnut tree, second in line. And a whole bunch, there's a list of other ones. But, so, taking a deep breath as a gift from God that we don't really appreciate it until we struggle to be able to have it. And I, in deep gratitude to God for everything that He's given me, second chance at life, being able to breathe normally, and gift of seeing my kids again and my husband and playing with my cat again. And yesterday one of our parakeets died. It was so